Hello, everybody. Welcome to our very first podcast, the Amr Akbar Anthony Show, where we don't exactly have a theme, but we just talk about stuff we like and stuff we don't like and everything in between. And we sometimes will talk about current events or like something that we noticed that stood out the past week. We're gonna have these every week. Like it's a weekly podcast. And my friend Langston and Sharon and I have started this. And today's topic of discussion is movies that really disappointed us that we were really looking forward to. And and our first speaker is Sharon, and he's going to be talking about Batman versus Superman, where he's a huge DC fan. So you're gonna get to hear a lot of good stuff. Take it away, Sharon.
All right. Hello, everybody. Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice. What a turd! It sucked. That's all I'm gonna say. It was terrible. I'm a huge DC fan, and that picture broke me. It took something from me the day I watched it, and then I watched it the second time, and then I realized, well, it wasn't gonna change, and it was still terrible. I honestly was in shock, so I couldn't believe that it was this bad, and I went to a different theater to watch it with. I just assumed that there was stuff cut out in the theater I watched it in, but it was really bad. Scenes are going from one point to another. People are dying and being reborn, and it was stupid. Really was stupid. Lex Luthor was stupid. Superman dying was stupid. Spoilers for Batman vs Superman if you haven't watched it. Superman dying was stupid, and then in the end, when like they put his coffin into the grave, the coffin there's like dust or like dirt on it, and then the dirt starts rising up as if like, oh, Superman is gonna come back. But then in Justice League, he's pretty much dead, and then they have to revive him. There's no like, the sun doesn't. He's not in coma or anything. That's what it was implied as. Batman versus Superman was stupid. Everything in the movie after the Capitol building was exploded was stupid. The fight was kind of stupid. I mean, it was fine. The Doomsday was really stupid. Everyone was stupid. I think Ben Affleck was decent, but everything else in this movie was stupid. Okay, Langston, do you want to talk about?
Yeah, so I'm going to talk about Transformers in general, not like specifically about the recent movies. But what I feel is that the whole element of suspense from Transformers was completely eradicated, I would say, because in the beginning, when we saw the first movie, everyone was like, okay, so there's like, it's the way it started off with the cube and whatnot, and like the way they showed the cars, the way they introduced all the Transformers, and how there was like the whole human element of meeting an alien species. All that stuff was there in the first movie, as well as I think even in the second movie, I believe.
It was
But
there in
when
every movie.
it was there in every movie until like the second. No, the first two movies had that whole element of humans meeting the aliens or
First
different.
contact kind of a thing.
Yeah, but then when it came to the third part and the remaining series, it was like humans making deals with these bots, and humans are not like afraid of them anymore, which was kind of
They
messed
were
up because
attacking them. They have militia
yeah,
that hunts
it was
them.
like they were as good as human beings, like the Transformers, the Autobots, I mean the Decepticons and everything, which kind of I felt it was really stupid because that removes the entire reason why Transformers started in the first place. So what I was saying is that the entire human element, which was there, like they just dragged it and it just became really shitty in my opinion. Uh,
Uh-huh.
and it came to a point where humans could potentially fight the bots. If you have seen the recent movie, it's like he literally blocked, like he was literally trying to fight Decepticon, which made no sense. So I was like, what the fuck is happening? And that was just messed up.
But but
So
but but you really enjoyed that specific scene in Transformers 2, right? When that he's in the college room, like dorm room, and then that girl comes to him.
Oh yeah,
And the
man,
She's trying to seduce
that was
him.
so dope. And when that shit came out from her back, I was like so disgusted.
the Angelina Jolie scene with the whole like motorcycle or whatnot, or where the part where she's fixing the car part, that probably like blew you
Angelina
out of the
Jolie.
water.
What the hell are you talking?
Oh, sorry, not Angelina Jolie. What was her name again?
Megan.
Jennifer
Man,
Aniston. No shit.
no,
I'm always thinking Jennifer's body. What's her name?
it's Megan Fox. Bro, do you know that scene where she was on the bike, dude? Oh my god, that was lit.
I know. That probably blew your mind. Yeah,
Dude,
I
it
know.
blew
I
it
know.
like from left, right, and
Um,
center, bro.
That's
But
Langston's fat bank.
Prepubescent Langston was having a party, dude.
oh my god.
Dude, my body does that.
Okay, but to continue with what he was saying, I think the first one was
Hang
great,
on.
like really good. The second one was, I was a teenager, so I found it hilarious. But if I watch it again, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hate it. The third one was stupid. I
Yeah.
don't think they should have gotten rid of Megan Fox. That was a dumb move. And then the fourth one, well, the fourth one was just like 15 hours long or something. I remember watching it at home and then falling asleep and then waking up 2 hours later and the movie's still going on. And all of a sudden now they're in Chicago. Every time it's Chicago, by the way.
Dude, it's
But
every time like some city is completely destroyed
no,
and they all
it's
fall from a
literally
plane and they
always
try to like
Chicago.
build the city again.
To be honest, like I've never seen the movie whole. Like I've always watched it when it was on NBC2 or something. Transformers is not one of those movies that I'd go to the theater to watch. I mean, I grew up in Saudi, so we didn't have theaters. But like, it's not a movie that I would literally, even if I was in India, I would not go to like the theaters to watch Transformers. Even at that age, I don't know why. It was just not. I mean, even though I was a Transformers fan, that movie just not didn't strike as like, oh wow. The only reason I gave it a shot was because of Shia LaBeouf, because he used to be cool back then. Because of like, I was a huge fan of Even Stevens when I was a kid, and I used to like, yo, Shia LaBeouf's funny. But like, not a movie that I was interested in.
Okay, so anyways,
Okay, all right.
Transformers I guess wasn't they never like really as in a nutshell it was a drag and they could have done much better with the story, but I felt they were probably running out of ideas. Like in Transformers, you know that scene in the first part where Bumblebee transforms, the first time he transforms?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently they took like what 4 to 6 months just to do that, to get that right.
Yeah, I mean, it
They
looked
spent that much
nice.
time on it.
I feel like that's most Hollywood movies. They do like they put their 100%. Okay, not like Superman versus Batman or Justice League, but like most of the times, like they do a great job at like CGI. Even if it's a low budget movie, they make sure that it's like at least sort of like presentable. But and like dude, this was a huge like the budget for this movie Transformers was huge, dude, and I'm sure they wouldn't half-ass
Mm-hmm.
it, dude. So like, and even for then, dude, it was like freaking like I respect who the hell directed this movie
Michael
again?
Bay.
Michael Bay. I mean, like he does it. He did. He's always a
Okay.
Anyways, so moving forward, I
yeah.
think we can talk about the third movie now.
Yeah, so my movie that like I was really looking forward to, that like even the director really hyped up by like dissing Marvel, like the MCU at Comic-Con, was Suicide Squad, dude. Like that was a movie that was so highly praised or like so like anticipated. Everybody was like, "Wow, dude, they have a therapist on the set at all times because of how dark this movie is." Like Jared Leto is like sending all this disgusting stuff, dead rats, used condoms, whatever, dude, and like just to like scene even darker or whatnot. And when I watched it, I was just like, what the hell did I just watch, dude? It was like, okay, everybody, okay, there were so many things that people were psyched about. Because, like, first of all, let's start with Jared Leto's like Joker. Okay, I was so psyched about Jared Leto's like Joker because everybody was like, okay, dude, super edgy like Joker, dude. Freaking look at him with the damaged tattoo on his forehead. Freaking look at his grills, man. He's such a like, and look at his laugh. No, look at his laugh, or he's been like boasting about on like freaking like talk shows where like I go to cities and I just like practice my laugh and like I notice what laugh freaks people out the most. I'm like, bitch, I like okay, fine. You probably did a good job with the laugh or whatever, dude. But like, you really disappointed a lot of people. And like, okay, even if it was like a shitty Joker, at least add more of him. Cause like all the trailers were like 80% the Joker, and the movie was like 1% the Joker, and it was just like, hold on, dude. Like, the Joker was not like barely involved in this movie. Like, why the hell did you even put him in this shit? Like, just to hype it up? It's like I hate it when movies do that, where they like. That's why I stopped watching trailers for movies. Like I haven't watched Deadpool 2, but I haven't watched a single trailer for because like they put all the like amazing scenes in the trailer, and like people get hyped up like, holy shit, this movie's amazing. They go to the movie, and they're like, hold on, dude, all these jokes were in the fucking. What's the point? Like honestly, like like the makeup artist and everything, all aside, yeah, they maybe did a good job by making him seem like very
Yeah,
edgy
it's
and
the
like
Oscar-winning Suicide
yeah,
Squad.
Oscar winning. Yeah, this is bullshit, dude. Like, I wouldn't even give him. Honestly, for that shit, I wouldn't even give him a fucking IFA award, dude. Because like, let's be honest here, dude. Like, when a director like openly says "fuck Marvel" in front of all these people and like hypes everybody up, like yo, like super edgy content, dude. Like, it's like okay, dude. Like like you gotta deliver what you're freaking like you gotta walk the talk. Is that the right way of saying it or whatever, dude? You gotta make it that shit legit. But that shit was not legit. It was like the farthest thing from legit. And Batman scene was like in it for 2 minutes. Will Smith did an okay job. Everybody else was just like the Australian guy was cool. Like he was funny.
Mm.
Look, honestly, people were also really excited about Cara Delevingne, like to like perform, and like everybody was like, "Oh my God, she's gonna do great." And honestly, like my ass, dude, that shit was whack. Like honestly, it was still extremely that shit pissed me off even more, and it was just like, you know what? Good thing I didn't go. I missed this movie in the theaters, and like I'm just glad. Like whatever, dude. I'm glad I didn't waste my money on this.
Okay, here's my. I think Will Smith was great. I think Margot Robbie was great. I definitely like this more than Batman versus Superman because Batman versus Superman was just terrible. But I think I agree with you that the movie was way too overhyped. Okay, by the way, I don't know if you guys know this. There was before the movie came out, they released this like an action figure, okay, of the movie in which there was like a Batman action figure with like Joker paint all over him.
Yes.
It's like basically Joker's face and
Oh
mask on
yeah,
top of it, right? And
yeah.
that blew people's minds, and everyone was like starting to like theorize like, oh my god, is there gonna be some point where in the movie where like Joker's gonna be wearing Batman's costume and just messing around, and what is gonna be happening? It was
Yeah,
nowhere
or
in
something.
the damn movie.
I know what you're talking about. Movies are doing this a lot, where they put something in the trailer and they don't, and like it's like the complete opposite of what I just said. Like, yeah, they put everything that's in the movie in the trailer, but like now they're putting stuff in the trailer that's not even in the movie, dude. Like, there's so many movies and there's so many scenes. Like, okay, not so many, but there's a lot of scenes in like Justice League trailer, the Justice League trailer where they that weren't in the movie.
Dude,
And
dude,
there
this
were a
is
lot of
this is
scenes.
like seeing an amazing combo meal on a picture. You know when they advertise like McDonald's will advertise some
Yeah,
amazing burger, and you fucking order it. It's like that cheese sandwich you
I
make for
swear.
breakfast. It looks like that or something.
It's something from like like it's something from one of those like cafeterias,
Fucking
those
modern
like
bakery or something.
zinger wrap, dude. It's a zinger wrap. But like honestly, when you like, I agree with what you're saying because like Marvel is also like guilty for this because they put this one scene in the trailer where there's like a scene of all these like people running
Yeah,
like
then
as a
Hulk is in
team. Like Hulk didn't even turn to the Hulk. It was like
Oh
you guys
yeah,
lied, dude. You
yeah.
guys
I
lied
noticed
about
that
the
he
face.
was not in the
that
movie.
that I think that's completely separate. I think that needed to be done to throw people off because even in the trailer there's like
Oh yeah, there's a lot of theories. There's a lot of theories. I get what you're
no,
saying.
and also there's a
I
scene in
think
the trailer where like um Thanos' gauntlet is on Captain America, and you can see only like two Infinity Stones in his gauntlet, but really that's like
really
towards the end of the
there was a
movie.
scene like
Yeah, there is a scene in the trailer, right? This scene is like towards
that.
the
Turns out,
end. He
yeah,
released
yeah.
all of them, so I get that. Like that's strategic. Okay, that's obvious.
See, that's but that's the thing. That's not misleading. That's
Yes,
intriguing. I like when you get to it, you're like, oh, okay, I misunderstood that scene. Like, don't put a scene of like all the Avengers like holding hands and running together to beat Thanos, and turns out they're like all like freaking scattered in different planets. You know what I'm saying? That was and like that was a pretty. I mean, the movie was still amazing, by the
Yeah.
way. Not to shit on Marvel, I'm a huge Marvel fan, like comic books, movies, whatnot. But like, I don't mind that. And the movie, they delivered with that movie. Okay, not like Batman versus Superman, which I'm pissed about that I got disconnected because I wasn't done shitting on that movie. If you're
Oh,
if you've read the comic, which I haven't, and if you've watched the animated like movie, you were looking forward to it even more than everybody else
I was
because like that was so well done. And Sharon, what was that last line that Batman like slaps Superman with? You know,
that.
in your most private moments,
Yeah,
you'll
yeah.
remember the one man that beat you. And I was, dude, I watched that movie like 2 days ago just to like bring it up as a reference in this like podcast. But that still gave me goosebumps, dude. I was like, oh my god, dude, I've watched the movie so many times, but it still gives me goosebumps. And it was just like, yeah, why can't why the hell, man? Like, and it's like that movie had enough content for like literally 10 years of Marvel movies. It's like, why the hell was Flash and then by saying like, you're right about him. Oh my god, am I soon? I'm too soon. It's like,
See,
first of all, I was okay. That was another thing I was super excited about, dude. The
mm,
freaking Ezra. His name is
Yeah,
Ezra.
Ezra.
Ezra Miller.
Elsa, what is Ezra Miller? Okay, dude, I was so excited for this guy to play like what's we call it like
Flash.
the Flash, but even I didn't like his like overacting in where he was like a huge like tool. Maybe I'm not familiar with the whole DCU, and maybe like Flash in his beginning moments he was like kind of like nerdy and like didn't know much and like he's just like dorky like Spider-Man,
Mhm.
but yeah, that's their Spider-Man, dude, but a very shitty version of him. Because like
You reminded me of this scene. Okay, so that's good. So obviously Batman versus Superman came out with their Ultimate Edition like 6 months after the movie came out, which had like 30 minutes of extra content. Now the movie is
oh, I have
three
to watch
hours and like I don't know 5 minutes long. When you watch that movie, it still ends in a really shitty way with Doomsday and all that. That's all pretty much similar, but they've like they've added enough material in like the first 2/3 of the movie for the movie to make sense towards the third act. But in the theatrical version, like it makes no sense. Like things are just happening, clear, and and it to make something work. Anyways, um, so the thing is, they could have cut out scenes like the Flash coming to Batman and telling him, "Oh, you are Lois is the key" and all that, because that made no sense, right? That's completely off the main story. But
Right.
in the movie, they cut out like things which were completely like logical and to the plot, right? Like the African lady in the movie who goes and tells the jury about Superman having killed everyone. Apparently, in the real version, she was just like an actress this Lex Luthor hired to lie in court so that Superman gets implicated and then the whole explosion happens in court. But in
uh-huh.
the movie, like she's an actual person who lived in Africa. It made no sense, right? But
Mm,
that
yeah.
extended version gave it more structure, and I think they've cut out like the wrong things in the theatrical version, and they because oh, we've shot this scene in the desert where oh, Superman unmasked Batman and now Lois is the key and we have to
Mm.
set up the Injustice timeline and all of this, and yeah,
Procrastination levels, Zack Snyder.
Yeah, they actually never took the time to. They wanted to put everything in one movie, I guess. And
anyways.
anyways, I think we have covered all the three movies we want to talk about. Is there
Mm,
anything else you guys want to end it with?
mm,
Talking about maybe our next podcast and what's it's going to be about. Game of
other things.
Thrones.
All right, cool. So then Sharon's a very anti Game of Thrones. He's like one of the few.
Haters.
And honestly, to be honest, at this point, like, do you even have to watch the show? Like, literally, like after every episode, like there's Facebook status. They're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, this person died. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed our first podcast. It was very hard to coordinate all the time because Langston's in the US, Sharon's in Sharjah, and I'm out here in India. So it was. I really hope you guys enjoy it, and Next week we'll be talking about why. Okay, next week we'll be talking about why Sharon should watch Game of Thrones. He's literally the only person in the world who hasn't watched Game of Thrones, and he probably already knows what's going on. But still, we're gonna be trying to convince Sharon to watch Game of Thrones. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and
Yalla
See
Habibi, bye.
ya. Bye.